back, okay? Okay, let's just move to this. What is this?
Damn it!
Okay. Okay, we have the chocolate birds back. They're working on the background. What the heck? I tested that before stream. How? Why?
It's the scuff.
Why does it follow? Yeah, I think we're right, Iris.
It's the scuff.
I think Chronicles Cafe is cursed. It's fine.
We're just cursed.
Yeah.
It's simple, really. We're just simply cursed.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think it's a simply curse. But yeah, hello everyone. It's nice to have the program back after a month.
Yeah.
After a month or two. I don't exactly remember.
Yeah, that was our little hiatus. Is about a month, if not.
Yeah.
A month and a half.
So this is the 8th episode with everything you need to know about 5e. So we eventually want to go into more specific of details of stuff. Right now, this is like the first going to specific system. Eventually, we want to go more and more into specific stuff. And yeah, our plan for today is just to go along what is everything you really need to know, because I gotta say to you, it's good if you read the D&D guidebook, but you don't need to. You actually don't need that. You need
it's good to have.
Yeah.
Good to have, but you can always trust your GM to give you a little bit more solid information.
Yeah, and GMs always do put a little bit of extra effort. I know it can be annoying, but do put it. Remember, if you're the game master, it's very likely because you're more invested than the other people. But yeah, so yeah, that's all of the stream. You only need a good game master. No, I was joking.
That's it. Yeah. That's it. That's all you need to know about playing D&D. You just need a good game master.
Yeah, and the desire to play. GM. Yeah, okay. So, going into details, I want to go into stats, skills, proficiency, rules in general, and then combat rules. A little bit about homebrew and how to manage that. And with that, well, specific about characters. Then a little bit about spells and feats. The plan is to mostly go for advice and general things, general details that I'm not gonna go into really the big specifics. There's a lot of videos, a lot of things that you can go, and I'm not gonna spend the 2 hours of the show talking about every skill the warrior has for every level. So yeah, let's start with the first thing that you will see on any stat sheets. Stats. So yeah, stats are the core of your character. You can think it of how mentally and physically adept they are. It's not about how good they're doing something, it's how good is their mind or body compared to something else. So we have the 6 basic ones, which is strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. So the first 3 are physical stats, the last 3 are mental stats. I think they're very direct. I'm not gonna go deep into it. I do gotta point out the difference between constitution and strength is that on strength is how basically muscly your character is, in a way, like how strong they can push, they move, and whatever like that.
I have a perfect metaphor for this, actually.
Oh.
Have you heard the tomato metaphor?
No, not familiar with tomato metaphor.
Okay, so just to give you an idea, and this is gonna kind of cover all of the stats, just, throwing this out here. The best way to describe it, right?
Yeah.
Strength is your ability to crush a tomato. Dexterity is being able to dodge a tomato. Constitution is being able to eat a bad tomato. Intelligence is knowing tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing not to put a tomato in a fruit salad. And charisma is being able to sell a tomato-based fruit salad.
Yeah. That's basically it. That's basically it. And with my advice on stats on how to go with them, honestly, it's direct on stats with all that. You have the same points. You're gonna be sharing the points, and you're gonna decide. A lot of people would say like, oh, it's more fun if you roll in because you never know what it come up. I can tell you that is not the best way to go for a beginner. Everyone's face is gonna be fine until it's not fine, and everyone starts making rules about how to roll dice to make it better, skip if his dice are too bad, or whatever, and roll an extra dice. There's a lot of rules, home rule, to make it better. When you can just go to pawn buy and have something balanced, and let me tell you that at least that way, there is something for players to look at, because a lot of times players end up with a 20 on their main stat and stuff like that, and it's just maxing too early. It's harder to balance for the game master to have proper good fights for lower level characters and all that. So my advice is honestly to keep point buy, and this is one for all the guys and girls that are like that want to make a very special character. Don't dump your main stat. Never dump your main stat. I know you want to make a wizard that is so muscular and not very smart or whatever. They can be dumb in wisdom. That's fine. They can have not a super high intelligence. It doesn't have to. You don't have to end up with intelligence like 16 or 18 on intelligence. But don't make it the dumb stat. You are gonna boggle down eventually fights. It's gonna be harder for the game master to manage the fights, because a lot of the fights are we're setting expectations, and then suddenly you're missing all attacks, or your character is not really doing much during combat, and even you might even feel the frustration. So I know it can look like a fun idea. You can dump any stat, just not your main one. And it doesn't need to be min max. It doesn't need to be the highest. Don't dump it. Don't make it the lowest.
Do it. Dump it. Don't listen to him. It'll be funny.
I mean, you can
do whatever. Play to your character. Play to your character. That's the way that I do whenever I'm doing my stats, is I try and play my stats to like my character. Like, so I try and match them up. Now you can do that with point buy. Pretty easy.
Yeah.
Some DMs will set a specific sort of point buy for you, so that you have kind of the ability to, I guess, pick and choose where you want to put stuff. And there's all kinds of options available for you. But overall, you can do funny shit with whatever you're planning. Just keep in mind that you also need to make sure that you're not making your GM's life terrible.
If you are, they're gonna make it miserable for you.
Well, they might not make it miserable for you, but they're going, like, think about it like this. They're the people who are actually sitting down and planning and plotting this game so that you have fun. Might as well make it fun for them as well.
Yeah, it's about everyone having fun at the table, even your companions, and this goes along with, honestly, if somebody's gonna dump a main stat or stuff like that and make a character that quote unquote is quote unquote useless, because there is no useless character. You just need to be more creative than the direct approach, and the game master needs to be a little bit more open than just to expect the stats to work. The thing is that you want to be on a table that is like that. If you're definitely don't bring that character to the min max table of people that have like every broken character that does 50 damage. You know what? I'm retracting that. You maybe can take it that character there, because everyone else is gonna do so much damage. It doesn't even gonna matter.
That'd be really fucking funny though.
Yeah, I can see it. I'm taking it back. I'm taking it fucking back. What's the point?
Yeah, no, take it back. Actually, that sounds hilarious.
It's like every fucking character doing like 100 damage with their min max, and then you're just tripping on bananas in the middle of combat.
That sounds wonderful, actually.
Yeah, I'm taking it back. But in general, it's not gonna be you need to have still an open-minded game master and stuff like that for all that stuff. Because if, again, fun comes with the fun of everyone. Don't be the one that's ruining it. And so moving from stats and moving directly into skills, I'm gonna say skills matter, yeah, but skills is what you wanna be good at. That is basically the skills. There's a bunch of skills. I'm not gonna mention them all. Most of them I like to mix and match, so it's very different for every game master. So it's not even worth for me to tell you like, oh, when you do this, use athletics, and when you do that, do blah blah blah, because every game master interprets it differently. And I have seen people, for example, tying a rope. What skill check should you use for tying a rope? Some say,
in my opinion,
yeah, go ahead.
I say Dex.
Dex. Some say it's athletics because strength. Some say it's Dex, so sleight of hand, and some say that is Dex, sleight of hand with intelligence instead of Dex, because it's knowing how to tie the knot, like techniques or all that, different knot types and all can be its own thing, and it's not always the same type of knot that you need to tie for every single thing. It might work, but it's not the one that you need. So it's a lot of opinions on that sense. So it's not something direct that I can tell you. It's more of a general aspect of, oh, I want to be good with my hands and sleight of hand. And with D&D, they have simplified it too much. So it's just a single decision that you will pick once. And honestly, if you didn't like it, don't be afraid to ask your game master to eventually change it.
Your DM will likely, like for stuff like that, most GMs will start, at least in my opinion, most of them will take the time to sit down and kind of work out what will go where when it comes to like specific sorts of checks.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't worry too awful much about checks being too crazy. Just keep an eye on things because you never know.
Yeah, exactly. And this is a thing that, for example, also if we go with investigation, some game master likes to make investigation simple, and let's say you're asking people, instead they're gonna ask investigation of charisma, and then everyone discover that they dump an investigation because, you know, they thought like, oh, it's just perception, because that's how my old game master did it. Perception and investigation is the same thing. And then you get to this game master that is even using it with charisma or wherever. It's just something that to adapt. It goes different for everyone. So in the end, just pick whatever you like, and make sure with your game master that what you have is what you want. Because sometimes it's not the same. So yeah, going more into details. Now, this goes directly into proficiencies. I'm gonna say most 5e players hate tool proficiencies in a way that they don't know that they hate them.
Well, I hate tool proficiencies. I think that that's ridiculous, and I hate that we have to, I'm gonna be the player who just thinks it's dumb that I have to learn how to pick locks.
Okay. I didn't know she hated tool proficiencies. I need to clear that up.
Fuck tool proficiencies. Fuck them.
But I'm not surprised.
All my homies hate tool proficiencies.
You're gonna wonder, why do people hate tool proficiencies? Okay, tool proficiencies are basically all the time crushing along with skill proficiencies. There is never a clear path from where to change a skill proficiency to a tool proficiency, and most game masters ignore it. I'm gonna guarantee you 90% of game masters are gonna tell you to open a lock with sleight of hand instead of using thief tools, tool proficiency. And then you get like, oh, I had this cool dwarf character idea, and then you discover that you need blacksmith tool proficiency, and that your blacksmith tool proficiency is really bad because it uses intelligence instead of a strength or some bullshit like that. It's like, what the fuck? He's like, they need to be strong to fucking ban the mithril or fucking legendary iron of my country. There's a lot of bullshit on it, and the thing is that technically tool proficiencies, you can learn them as your character goes. Like, you can literally just pay a master and listen to rules and all that. But it's so rare for there to be a time skip where players have time for that. and it feels like such a waste, such a fucking waste when you already have the skills.
Fuck tool proficiency. All my homies hate tool proficiencies. I hate having to be tasked with learning them.
You wanna know my actually pet peeve with tool proficiencies?
Kick it.
The fucking land and water vehicles tool proficiencies.
Oh my god.
You know what I refer
Okay,
to.
you know which one that like I really hate?
Yeah, go ahead.
Fucking like card proficiency. Who doesn't know how to use a pack of cards? What fucking person on this earth has just never experienced? This just doesn't make any sense.
Hey, there is also dice rolling proficiency, you know, for when they're playing
I'm sorry. Yeah, we're playing Dungeons and Dragons and Dungeons and Dragons. I gotta get my wrist strength up.
Yeah, I don't know. What if you roll dice off the table, you know? You need to have proficiency for not rolling dice off the table. Every fucking player seems to be rolling them off the player all the time, so I guess it's true. I'm kidding here. But nah, I'm serious. That the game proficiencies make no fucking sense.
They really don't.
And I'm gonna be honest on this one. It's like, oh, if you're gonna play cards in a game or dice like later in a game, there's nothing as boring as to tell like, okay, roll your card proficiency to see if you beat this guy on cards. And it can make sense, you know, because if they're playing poker, there's also bluffing involved. But then you have those skill checks. You have deception. You can do it with that. You can bluff with deception. You don't have to have specific card proficiency. Or you can even make it more fun and make it completely random in actual like other sort of dice games. Or even actually play like a game for it instead of just like, oh, tool check, dice, 20.
You have the tools. Just play a card game real quick.
Yeah, and I think that's very important in a sense where if you have that tool proficiency and it actually works, there is always gonna be one player that has it, and it's gonna be like, oh, I have the proficiency, and what does it give me? And it's like, and the game master is gonna be, oh, I guess you have +7 or plus whatever, and then the other player is gonna be like, oh, why do I play then? I have 7 of disadvantage against this dude. I'm not gonna just throw my money to him. It's dumb. It's just so fucking dumb. Okay. So yeah, that's my peeve. Any other peeve that you have on tools?
I just in general just feel like they don't get used as much as like a lot of other like game assets. I just don't think they're used enough to really warrant their existence.
Yeah, I think so the same. You know, the kind of tool proficiency that I would like that they work it better is with language proficiencies.
Now, language proficiencies, I think, are fine.
Yeah, but I like the idea because a lot of times we go back and get into players not having enough time to, you know, study a language. They don't. It's like 150 days. I don't remember exactly how many days, but it's a lot of days for a downtime. And sometimes players are like, oh, I want to study dwarf, and it's like, oh, but you only have 2 weeks of rest right now. It's like, okay, instead of just doing like, no, you cannot do it, I like to say, okay, you're gonna learn like 1% dwarfism or 2% dwarfism or whatever amount, and then it's like, okay, let's see if you understood it, and I just roll the 100 dice, and they can keep accumulating the knowledge of how good are their language, and it can come up with very funny moments where they misunderstand whatever the other person is saying. Or they miss-say what they're saying, like, oh yeah, you think you're saying this, and then suddenly the NPC is completely mad because they actually insulted their mother or something like that, or called them stinky.
Called them stinky, stinky poo poo.
Yeah, exactly, stinky poo poo. So I kind of like that we can give that sort of topic of, you can know a language and not know it fully as well as a native speaker, and that's fine. I think this can bring very funny moments. And I think everyone that speaks or kind of speaks two languages can experience or has experienced something like that at that level.
I agree. I mean, as somebody who knows very baseline, like, other languages, because I'm studying Japanese right now, but I do know some conversational Spanish.
¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
Nobody can find the library. Nobody can. It's a secret maze library that nobody can find. Everyone's asking for it. It has the answers to everything, but nobody can find it.
¿Dónde está el baño?
¿Dónde está el baño? Oh, that one's actually very important in every language. I think one of the first things you need to learn is to ask, where's the bathroom?
Where's the bathroom? Quickly!
The other one is where's the airport? Because if you're in another country, you want to know how to go back.
True, I will say, learning how to ask for the airport is probably much more important than, asking in some cases, like I have learned, asking for more beer.
Hey, so first, depending on who is more important, you know? Okay.
You never know.
You never know. Okay, so now I'll move to rules, which is the action economy. Learn the fucking action economy. That's it. Learn it. Okay, no, that's more details. So action economy. I'm gonna say this again. Game masters play different depending on the interpretation, but the basics are you have a main action, a bonus action, which is basically a smaller action specific for some stuff, a free action, and this is part of the rules. A lot of people don't know. You only have one free action.
Use it well.
Yeah, most people think that they have infinite because they're free, but it's not. It's actually not. And you have a movement, and finally a reaction. You only get one of each in reality. So main action is gonna be everything that you do. You do an attack, you are investigating, whatever you do is gonna be your main action. Bonus action are gonna be basically specific abilities. There is only one bonus action that is for everyone, which is the bonus action attack when you're using dual weapons. And the rest is like class specific. Bards get it, their Bardic Inspiration, and some other classes get it too. But I'm gonna say it's very specific. And if you have one, you're lucky. Not all classes get one. So don't complain that you don't have enough of them.
Shout out to rogues who don't get much of shit besides their sneak attack.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh, rogues, so useful. You get sneak attack, and honestly, like, that's really, like, the best thing. No, it's not.
They can
Stop
double
saying
dash.
that.
They can fucking double dash. They're the fucking fastest character at level 2.
I want to be able to attack more.
I mean, you can still use your bonus action to attack. There is even a specific rogue class that is made to do that, to be dual wielder.
I want an extra attack. I want extra attack. Everybody else gets it. And I don't want to invest in fighter.
I don't want to invest in fighter. I was gonna say that.
I don't want to be a stinky multi-class.
I do think that it's a little bit sad when they don't get the multi-attack, because one of the saddest things is to see a rogue miss their attack. It's not that common for them to miss an attack, because they have usually really good proficiencies on it, but it's so fucking sad. It's like, I missed my attack, that's my turn. And you're like, oh, well, fighter turn. I make 3 attacks, then I do my inspiration and do other 3 attacks. Yeah. Oh, I missed 2? That's fine. I still hit 5, and I'm gonna grapple with a secret 6-1 because I have my blah 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 battle master movement. Don't forget the title. Oh, did it change the title?
Wait, I thought the title was already set.
Yeah, I set up the title beforehand. So
Are
it, yeah, so it changed the title.
Damn it!
It
really is just scuff.
No, I
We really, it is really just scuff. We're so scuff.
Yeah, I did change the title too. 100% I did. Literally. It is what it is. Well, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the rules. So one important thing with bonus action action is that they're not interchangeable. I don't like that. I like to keep them interchangeable. People say it's broken. I think it's not broken because usually bonus action are not as strong enough compared to actions. Any bonus action that you have. So double bonus action is not gonna break the game. Free actions.
Agreed.
Free actions are just like touching something, opening. A lot of people ignore the rule that the bonus action is to pull out the sword, for example. But honestly, you can ignore that part too. Just leave the free actions as they basically the game master wants to play them, and don't really need to learn it unless your game master is strict and wants you to learn the rules like that. Then we have reactions. Again, these are very specific except for the attack of opportunity, which is basically when an enemy leaves your zone. When an enemy,
I love me a good AF.
Yeah. When your enemy leaves your zone, you get an attack of opportunity, and you get to attack an extra time. Very nice little levels. A lot of game masters don't let you do that because a lot of them decide to the opponents are gonna fight until they die, like dumb Mongols. But it goes into different ways depending on who you're playing. Some races, some classes get an extra reaction. I gotta say the most common one is the wizards getting either shield or what's the other one called? I think it's shield. Fuck those that's are gonna say silvery barbs. They don't deserve nobody deserves silvery barbs. That is a bullshit ability. I fucking hate it. Ruins the fun of me and every fucking one. And if you think it's fun, it's not fun. It's not. You're lying to yourself.
Got a lot of opinions on that, huh?
I just think it's the worst spell that anyone has created. Not a lot of opinions. It's just really one.
I mean, it can't be the worst spell ever created. I'm sure that there are.
Oh no, the rest are homebrew ones.
Damn, coming for the homebrew crowd.
No, I mean, not all homebrew spells are bad. But if you know homebrew, they're really bad. Especially the ones from D&D wiki.
Oh, yeah.
The fucking level 1 spell that you basically do fucking bleach, hollow blast that does like 10d8 of damage. Zero! Yeah. Level 1 zero. Level 1 zero.
Level 1 zero.
It is like fucking erasing everything. It's like, that's not fucking level 1. That's not fucking level 1.
Didn't know that was a thing in the D&D wiki.
I think it's not even a level 1 thing. I think it's a race thing that you can play like an Arankar or something like that.
Are you talking about, okay, are you talking about Bleach D20 classless? Because that sounds a lot like Bleach D20 classless. Because there is an entire system built around Bleach called Bleach D20 classless.
No. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about like a race of Arankar in D&D wiki, like randomly there. Or something.
Wow.
And they can do zero. And they can do fucking zero on level 1.
Beautiful. Really, honestly.
It's wonderful. It's just wonderful. But yeah, I'm not gonna go deep into that. But if you wanna know my specific of why I think it's really, really bad silvery barbs, it's just the fact that with silvery barbs, you really have a big issue on the sense that, first of all, it ruins the moment of a really bad roll can be actually a fun thing or a good thing. So you can easily ruin that for a moment. So you get to ruin the reactions of a good or bad roll for anyone. And on top of that, you're gonna give advantage to whoever you want. So it not only is just doing something already that's powerful enough on level 1, it's already doing something. And here's the thing. If an enemy has advantage and they roll 2 nat 20s and you still break barbs, they need to roll again with disadvantage. So you turn an advantage into a disadvantage and then you give advantage to somebody else. There was a reason that NPC had an advantage. There was something going there. But no, now it needs to be a whole reroll. So it is just really poorly written, in my opinion, to be the most OP thing that can be on level 1. And just because I have been ranting about this for a bit, the worst thing is not level 1. It's when you have it at level 11 or level 15. Because at those levels, you have so many fucking spells that you never use the level 1 spells. You never use them. But then you get this super useful level 1 spell that you're just gonna constantly be spamming.
I guess that's fair.
Maybe
like, for me, I see it a little bit differently, but then again, I see everything from a very, like, specific sort of player point of view. I don't get the same experience that you do as a GM.
I just think there's not even a saving throw on it. It just automatically happens.
I think at that point it just becomes an issue of whether or not the GM should be monitoring that.
Yeah, but at that point we're talking about homebrewing it to fix it. And if it needs
there's homebrew and then there's house rules.
Oh, that's true. But it's still fixing it. It's still saying if you need to fix it, it means it has an issue.
Yeah, but it is still house rules and not just like a straight up homebrew.
Yeah.
I think that's really the big difference.
I do think there's a difference too, but still, I swear it's not gonna make I don't think it's gonna make the game more fun. That's my case on it.
Fair enough.
If it works for your table, if it makes your game more fun, power to you. Don't ever let anyone tell you how to have fun on your table. It's something you have to discover, basically. Or what is not how to have fun. What is the right way to have fun? There's no right way to have fun. The other thing I want to mention, this is more of a quote-unquote pro rules.
A tip.
Not really a tip. A lot of people forget D&D is made to only have one spell a turn, basically. That's really it. The rules are written differently, are written a little bit more poorly. They say like if you make a spell, you make a level spell as bonus action, you cannot make a spell as an action. Blah 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 blah, yada yada yada. But basically it means you can only make one single level spell. You can make all the cantrips that you want, just one single level spell. If you don't follow it, it's fine. I don't follow it. I don't care if my players make 2 spells. It's not really that strong. Then we go into combat rules. I think we went to combat rules already into some of them.
I think we discussed it a little.
Yeah, I think want to hit more about strategics and all that for advice. Anyone that has issues on combat, Game Master, you're killing your players too easy. Don't focus the attack. Players, you are having too much trouble with NPCs. Focus on one enemy and then go after the other, not just the one that is in front of your character. The less damage you receive as a group, the more chances you have of surviving. It's just the basic tactics. There is more tactics you can go, terrain and all that, but all that depends on the Game Master and how they play. Some Game Masters don't even play with terrain, really. And yeah, that's really the basic strategy. If you don't want to follow it, if you don't think it's fun, that's fine. You don't need to follow strategies. Again, fun's more important. What I did wanted to say is, here I'm gonna go a little bit more into house rules or into house rules. With grapple, I don't like the base rule grapples. I think it's lame. I think it doesn't do much. Just keep making a enemy stay there is not the most fun thing in the world. I like to have my own house rule where it's basically a double grapple, what I call. So basically, once you have an enemy grappled, like the normal D&D grapple, they can make a second grapple to do whatever the fuck they want, basically. If they want to suplex them, go ahead. Make another grapple attack and do your suplex. You want to cover their mouth by kissing them? Yeah, go ahead. Do another grapple. Whatever.
What was that last part?
You know, to make sure the spellcaster doesn't make spells. They need a verbal component.
Not every spell needs a verbal component.
I mean, most of the level ones need it.
Are you, Joshi? Are you kissing the wizards goodnight?
I refuse to deny and accept anything that it comes out of this.
No, I think you're kissing the wizards goodnight. I think everybody here to hear first. Toshi's kissing wizards.
I mean, some of them deserve affection, you know? They don't get it on their lonely tower.
I mean, if you're in an adventure party and you see the wizards, I don't think the wizards are that fucking lonely. It seems like they're out and about, and you just grabbed them and started making out.
Everyone sees things differently. You know, you can be still lonely with people. Yeah, don't suddenly kiss characters. So that is honestly.
This is awful sus, Toshi.
Hey, What? I'm the game master, not the one going around and doing the bullshit. I'm the one taking the bullshit.
I think that you secretly are kissing wizards, and you just you just don't want to admit it.
Anyway, general.
Denial.
I'm not avoiding the subject. I'm moving on from the subject.
Denial. Deny, Toshi.
Okay. I do gotta say, rolling for attacks on combat. If you are not even if you are a mage, honestly, 90% of the time you're gonna make the same attack. 90% of the time. The rogue is gonna use the same rapier, the same dagger, the same weapon to hit the enemy again. Put those dice aside when you enter combat. Put a d20 or 2 d20s if you get a lot of advantages. Your sneak attack dice, all the attacks, and just fucking roll it at the same time. Don't waste time by checking if the attack hit or not. It's just a waste of time. You need to make combat more smoother. It helps a lot, believe me. And also for newbies, it helps in the sense that you don't need to look for that D8 for the 7th time when you're just only using the D8. Okay, now fully moving into homebrew or house rules. Yeah, I think house rules are more appropriate. Basic one, everybody uses this. Bonus action potions. Reason why it's mostly used is because everyone stacks potions if they don't use that as bonus action. There is no point in a potion if you don't use a bonus action, because it's gonna be, especially healing ones on D&D heal so little that it's not even worth it. It's a waste of turn. You're gonna take double the damage on level 2. It's not what the healing potion is gonna give you.
I personally disagree. I feel like potions can come in handy. They can come in pretty clutch, especially if you're playing a class that doesn't have something like Second Wind.
Oh yeah. It can come up, but I just think it's a good house rule. It makes things more dynamic. It gives the player more choices, especially because, again, most classes don't come up with a bonus action. So you see the rogue getting fast hands, doing a lot of bullshit on level 1, on level 2, and then you have your level 2, let's say, fighter, even the level 2 fighter that has the how's it called, the extra action thing.
Yeah, extra attack.
No, they don't get extra attack. They have
Action surge.
And they get 2 actions, yeah, but it's only once. And it pales down to that bonus action that the rogue gets at that point. And it's just not really about bonus action. It's just to give more options to the player, in a sense. So I think it's a good house rule. It definitely makes things move more smoothly in some cases. In some cases, I will agree 100% with Eyeris, where, yeah, sometimes you don't need to have the bonus action potion, because it's gonna be more about compensating, especially if you have more of a split partying rules, or you don't have a complete party, in a sense where the typical there's a cleric, there's a fighter, there's one of each class that is needed.
You do not have a heal bitch or a tank. Drink the liquid.
Yeah, this is one of the things I always say, is that not every class is needed, because on my game master style, if we don't have a healer, I'm just gonna be dumping more potions into my players to compensate all of that need of a healer. Or I just will throw combats in a way that they don't really need a healer, because in D&D they can fucking recover from a long rest, and that's it. Then it's already an optional rule. Flanking is an optional rule. It's not a rule, but I like to house it into a +2 for each flanking character, in a way. So it doesn't need to be opposite sides, as long as it's just how you call it?
Adjacent.
Adjacent, yeah, adjacent to the sides, wherever. I like to add +2 for every character as doing that, because it feels more smoother, and in a sense, it protects the characters that rely a lot on advantages to also be able to gain that advantage. Because if a character relies on advantages, and suddenly all the time they're flanking, they're never using their skill for advantages. So it gives a little bit more, and it makes things easier, especially if everyone is flanking the same enemy. And it's taking like 5-10 turns because they're always missing, because they don't get enough for the plus, so they can only hit them on an 18. It's gonna boggle down the combat for nothing. It's just gonna be a battle of attrition. So I feel like the +2 for every character makes the odds really easier on those situations. You can always make an exception with boss fights if you don't want to have that on boss fights and stuff like that. Bosses can always be the exceptions of everything.
Sometimes there's always wiggle room in the rules for a lot of things.
Yeah, it's a lot of what work for you on your table. Then, as a game master, I have a personal rule of ignoring the nat 1 on the second death saving throw. What happens is that I give like an extra turn where people can heal them. They're not gonna make an extra saving throw. Other players can heal them, can invest their turn into making a medicine check. I just don't think it's very fun. I have seen my players have their moments ruined by they thinking that they still have one more roll if they fail, and suddenly it's like, oh, not one, they're dead. So in my experience, it has made my players take more risk, in a sense, which makes things more fun.
Fair enough. I mean, that makes sense.
The other one, this is gonna be I put it on I will put it on pro advice, but this is more for a game master pro advice. Never accept critical hits for enemies on level 1 characters.
Oh, that's dirty. Why?
Oh, I wonder why. Turn 1, critical hit, down, dead, cannot heal.
Why are you giving your monsters that high of a damage output?
Oh, I don't know.
What
I didn't,
CR are you running?
I didn't thought the CR 1/4 goblin will one single hit kill the characters.
What's his die? What are you running him with?
Oh, okay. So a single let me check it very quickly. Goblin
Like-
D&D. I'm literally just gonna Google Goblin D&D. Oh, wait. There's something better that you can even check that it puts the point more across. A goblin on a critical hit, a normal goblin can get the damage out to 14 of damage on level 1, which the only character that will not be down by that is the barbarian.
Not necessarily.
Is the only character, even if you max, unless you max constitution basically with a fighter or a
I still think that just does not sound
no,
right.
even if you max with point boy a fighter, they will still be down with a max damage of a critical hit of a goblin, of a regular 1/4 goblin. Only the barbarian raging, well, not even the barbarian raging or the barbarian max constitution could survive a max damage hit from a goblin. And that is not even the only appropriate level monster. There is something worse. The bugbear.
I mean, to be fair, I don't know. It just doesn't sound right.
Yeah, because the game is not made for level 1. That's why I say don't do it on level 1 character. Level 2 is completely fine. Because if you hear that a fighter is going to be down in a single hit, what is going to happen to that poor wizard? Okay, what's CR? What is the CR of a bugbear? I'm trying to look. Oh, it's challenge level 1. Okay, it's a little bit higher. Technically, this will be more of a boss fight. But it's still, according to the rules, it is still fair to put a bugbear against level 1 characters. So a bugbear does 2d8 plus 2 damage on a regular attack. And if they have something called surprise attack. If the bugbear surprises a creature, they get extra 2d6s. So it's the most common thing during the first round of attacking combat. They don't even need to actually surprise. It needs to be the first turn of attack, really. The bugbear gets 2d8 plus 2d6s, enough to kill characters. Now he gets a critical. That is 4d8 plus 4d6s plus 2. We are talking of an average of 7 plus 14 plus 18, 32, around 34 of average damage. Not max, average. Not even the barbarian survives that. And that is fair combat on D&D. According to the rules.
I'm just saying. It's just... there's the thrill of it too, though. You know?
There is no thrill of it if you just get told basically you don't have any option and you just die on your first level character that you never had the chance to experience because it's the first turn of combat.
Instead of just doing, like, where you ignore any critical hits, why not just, like... I don't know, in my opinion, wouldn't it just make more sense to ignore the critical damage? Like, not like critical damage as in you don't roll crit damage, but as in, like, that rule that's there that if you take more than half of your HP after you've gone down, you fucking die.
But that is the other thing, is that a level 1 of how many options do they have for healing? A lot of times they don't have many or any.
I feel like there are options, and you can always compensate with an NPC.
And what if it's the well, you can compensate with NPC. You can do stuff, but if you even
I feel
go
like there's plenty of workarounds for it.
you can do workarounds, but you should not be staying a lot on first level in the first case. It's not the fun level. Okay, so
oh fuck.
I'm gonna say this. This has been my easiest answer for it, because if you go to Pandora, the first adventure for D&D, you get. I don't want to go into spoilers, but I'm gonna go into the spoilers for this 10-year-old adventure. You get sneaked by goblins, 4 goblins. If you get a critical hit, you're gonna down a player instantly. And if you down a player, you're gonna have a 4 versus 3. And new players are not gonna be really aware of what's going on. It sounds like there's a lot of workarounds. It sounds like there is a lot of workarounds. Don't get me wrong. I don't think this is the only solution. Like, every situation has their own. But once you knock down a player, you are making them waste too much time on stuff when they're on those levels. Especially because fucking goblins, have a 15 DC on base level. That means a normal character at level 1 no, not a normal character. Maxed character at level 1 has a 50% chance of hitting a goblin.
I mean, to be fair. Oh god. Why am I so sleepy? To be fair, we have a 50-50 chance in general to hit anything. The die, our die levels, at least hidden above a 10. You're running at that 50-50 because most people would have to meet or beat 10. Your die is 10. If you don't have a modifier on it, it's 10. It all comes down to your
goblins
modifiers.
have 15 AC.
And it comes down to your modifiers.
Yeah, but that's why I said a max level character has a +5 on combat. So it's 50-50. The game was not balanced correctly. This is my take. The game was not balanced correctly. Nobody will disagree.
Let's say the D&D is perfect.
No, but I don't think nobody can agree more in the sense that challenge rating is a lie. That they told people in trying to convince everyone that it worked. It doesn't actually work. That's the actual take on it. CR is a lie. Go ahead, say it. I feel like you want to say something.
No, I'm good.
I'm sorry. It's just that. I mean, you can find works around. There's a lot of work around. I think the works around that you mentioned are valid. I just don't know if if the answer of just saying people that you can find works around it's not a general solution. In a sense. Okay, but moving on. We're sucking on this one a little bit longer than I hoped for. So that's how my homebrews. Okay, let's go with this. What homebrews do you have that you like?
We completely, in our group, we actually completely got rid of our flanking advantage.
Are we both just sleepy?
Okay, a little bit, but you get this. Okay, I can see why you get this rid of flanking advantage. Honestly, on my current live group, I don't play with flanking right now. Mostly because my players also forgot that they get a +2, so I stopped trying to remember them because it's easier to run the game if there's no flanking.
See, someone's gonna watch this now, and then they're gonna be like, "Ah, damn!" And then next time around, they're gonna be like, "I've got a +2."
What the fuck? I missed my 2 that time. We were flanking him, especially because since all my players basically are broken, I have more broken NPCs enemies. So it's like, oh yeah, the 25 definitely the 25 did miss, and it's like, god damn it, yeah, it's like 20, it's like 27. You almost got there, and it's like, fuck. But yeah, I can see why flanking got rid of. Honestly, my take as a game master, why I actually don't like flanking as a game master, is that it's way easier for me to do flanking, and I have to turn off my brain to not flank my players. I 90% of the time I have the numbers advantage. That is it. Or I have a character that can basically do the numbers advantage, if that makes sense to anyone. Okay. But yeah, if we were gonna move from homebrew, we can talk about characters. Alright, what is a character? By rules definition, it's a background, a race, a class, and that is a character. Ta-da. And stats, but of course, I wouldn't say keep it like that. Do make backstory for your character. And when I mean like background and race and class, background is basically what your character has done mainly on their life. Like are they a sailor, or are they what they are? It's like very empty open canvas of a single color that you can paint anything inside of it. And even if they were like a sailor, it doesn't mean that they were a sailor from 5 years, from when they were 5. Like they have become a sailor at the age of 20, and still have been like a painter at the age of 12 or whatever. Like don't let the background restrict you. But one of the advice I actually want to make in character creation, and this makes more sense the more you play, and the more I play it have made more sense, is if you are new to the game, you don't know what to pick, you don't have that empty creative idea of making a character and then making a class adapt to what you want, like Eyeris has mentioned, which is a great way to go for characters. I love that way to go for making characters.
Yeah.
But if you are more into video games and are not adapt to that idea, I would say choose class first, then choose race, and then choose background. After you have chosen them, the way you fill your character sheet is backwards. You fill your background first, then you fill your race information, and then your class information. The reason for this is because if you do it the other way around, you start bumping on things that you don't get a lot of options. And it's gonna be, oh, the background says I have a skill proficiency on herbology. I don't know, athletics. Then you go to your race, and your race is, oh, you have proficiency on athletics. Or you can choose, I don't know, how you call the acrobatics? Athletics or acrobatics. Then you can go and choose one of the two instead of just picking athletics and then going to discover that you already had athletics. So basically, background has very few options. Race has some options, and classes has all your character options, really. And I think this didn't even change on D&D 2024. The only thing that changes is that they move some of the race stats to the background stats, basically. And in the same case, that's also the reason that you pick it on that way, because when you go into making your class, you're gonna pick your stats. So it's easier to know what plus you have on your stat or what minus before adding the numbers. My other advice is don't be afraid to reuse a class or reuse a character. If you had fun with it, fuck everyone else that says that you always play a warlock, or you always play a wizard, or that you always play a fighter. Don't matter how boring they find it, honestly. It's about having fun. If you have fun, that's their issue, not yours. Don't play an elf in an elfless campaign, though. Like, they do respect lore. or work with your DM on why you're the last elf remaining on Earth. Okay, if we move from that, my advice is just I put him on the pro side, but it's more like I'm adapt to games and I like to make the characters. Don't be afraid to make a story for your character and work it with your game master. Like, do make the story for your character, send it to the game master, and be aware of that the game master might need you to have changes for it.
Just keep an eye on this.
Yeah, my world wouldn't have any fucking forest if it was up to my players. 2 of them have burned to different forests at this point on their backstory before I asked them to, hey, just don't have you don't have to make the forest burn out and describe how the goddamn ashes of the forest are completely gone and all that. It's like, yeah, your village got burned, that's fine. I can make up a village and destroy.
Why are your players arsonists?
I don't know. Why everyone is arsonist? Why is anyone?
Like, I mean, I don't mind arson,
but yeah,
like,
I also like had a player that wanted to kill, like, on their lore story, they kill like the king of a certain country. Like, no, that fucking didn't happen. You're freaking level like 2 or 5. I remember. The kingdom has this much things, and the kingdom is supporting this kingdom. So if that was happening,
there would be an issue.
There will be an issue, and it will be a main plot of the campaign, not something happening on your backstory. And you know, a lot of things can happen. You can be a distant kingdom kind of deal that maybe was overthrown prince. That there's a lot of fun to play, but make sure they'll discuss with your game master like ways to go for it. There is a lot of things that you can go that are not generic, and it's usually more fun to have your character integrated into the world and their story. The other one advice is when you're creating a character, don't try to make the super secret character nobody knows about and they'll discover in middle of roleplay. Especially if you're just starting. One of the things that I have talked on other videos is make character connections. Like, you want to have a character reason for a character to hang with one another, not just the mysterious of, oh, the rogue is stopped by the paladin, but for some reason the rogue's still following them. Maybe make a connection where the paladin has something the rogue wants, or they were bind together by the rogue was in prison and was bind to something of the paladin. Or I don't know, maybe they were all friends and they just stuck together and they don't know how to have better friendships, and even if they are total opposites, they still want to hang together. Like, make a connection. It makes things more fun.
They're just here to chill. They're just here to hang.
Yeah, in general, the idea of making connections is that it gives characters more chances of interacting and role-playing with each other. And I have another thing here, but I honestly cannot read my letter. Oh, making them matter. Huh. What did I mean by that? I think what I meant by that is a lot of things is that when players make a backstory, I have seen players like completely ignore that part of the backstory, and I go like, oh, this is your old friendship your old friend that disappeared, and now they're like look like they're being possessed. And like, oh cool, I stabbed them. I'm like, oh, I invested so much fucking time on that character.
I did so much.
And you just randomly stab the character that suddenly disappeared, that has a lot of lore that you need right now, and is connected to you. And it's like, but it's your friend. Yeah, so what? They're with the enemy. I said that they look possessed.
I mean, for some characters, I understand. Some characters, that might be more of an option, but...
Yeah, I know it's like, it goes depending on the character. And one of the times that something like that happened actually was turned into a funny moment, was where the I'm gonna say this. The player failed the check for perception because it was like a long time. Like they wouldn't have recognized them because
Mhm.
you know it was more of a childhood thing, and
Mhm.
and they fail and they stab him, and it's like, okay, that's fair. But I've made the character real like, what the fuck is who are you? Hey, you. Let's say, oh friend, it's like with the knife in the middle, flowing blood.
Oh, yo, bro, what's up?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Oh, sorry, bro. I confused you with these.
It's
cultists.
been a while,
It's
bro.
been a while.
What's up?
Yeah.
How's it hanging? What you up to? Come here often?
My wife recently left me.
She took the kids.
This is the kid, but not the dog. So all is good.
I'm stuck with this stupid fucking Pomeranian. It won't stop yapping.
Yeah. It was very funny moment. So I'm not just shitting on just the murdering a Hellboy aspect of film things. Like sometimes I do complain about it, but sometimes it's that also as a game master just try to have fun with it. I do gotta say with murder Hellboy and all that, don't guilt trip your players. If you have an issue, talk it out with them. Don't fucking be a baby and try to be guilt trip. Like, oh, now he had kids and now they're gonna die poor and blah blah blah. And don't go that route. It's just lame. It's not fun for everyone. It's not fun for you. Just talk it out. We're all like adults. Okay. I think we can keep it short, but I just want to go over spells.
Didn't we already go over spells when we did attack actions?
I didn't talk about spell slots.
True. Spell slots are so fucking confusing most of the time too.
Yeah, especially when you're new to D&D. Talking about that.
Puppy!
Why now?
Puppy!
Come here. No, he doesn't want to. Give me a second. This is gonna take a second. Okay, I know what he wants.
Puppy!
He just wanted something that he couldn't reach. That's really it. Oh, let me sit.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Okay, it's good. Yeah, dog. It's my dog. I love him. But he decides to he likes to talk on stream.
He's chatty.
Yeah, he's chatty. He was saying hi, especially to you, Champion Kings. But yeah, spell slots. So okay, spell slots. Instead of going for mana, D&D tried to make a balance where they decided that every level of spells that you can cast has their own mana points, specifically for that level. It goes up as you go up. Every character is different. If you don't want to complicate yourself with it, pick a warlock. They don't get to trouble themselves with that. But the idea of spell slots is that you have for each level a number of a slot depending on your level, and you can only cast certain type of spell from that rate for that rank and below. People call it a spell level, but I prefer calling them ranks because I think it's a little bit less confusing, especially with character levels, because spells levels and character levels are not the same thing.
They're very different.
Yeah, they're very different. And some parts of the spell describe character levels, especially cantrips. And the higher your level is the stronger your cantrip is gonna be. And in general, once you have a lower level spell, you can use a higher spell slot, a higher rank spell slot to cast it, and a lot of them have an extra advantage with the higher spell slot. It's I will love to explain it better, but I would say just experience it, fuck it up a few times until you properly learn it, because I know it can be very confusing, but once you get the hang of it, it's gonna be way more simple. But just keep in mind that you cannot cast a higher rank spell with a rank spell slot. That is really it. And you spend one by one. It doesn't matter the difference in ranks. If you are using the slot, you are gonna be spending it. Also, I was checking the text to speech to make sure it didn't say the other S word. That it confuses.
What?
Yeah, confuses it a lot of times. I don't know why.
I'll say it. I can say that word.
You can say that.
I'm gonna say it. I can say that.
You're allowed to? Damn, I don't have
I'm
the
allowed
pass.
to. I'm allowed to say slut.
I'm only allowed to say bitches to some people.
Well, they sound like bitches.
Yeah, but no. Well, okay. My advice with spells, if you're a little bit more into the game, I will not say this is specifically for new players unless the game master is helping you. Make a quick spells list. What do I mean by that? Spells had this specific pattern where they either affect a certain character or enemy by giving them a buff or a debuff, or make damage. If they make damage, I would say like make this list where you have spell name, what you're rolling or what the enemy needs to roll, and then the damage that it does if it does damage. If not, you can have a small description of the effect, but honestly just having those things is enough, because you don't need to check you don't want to go read the fireball spell to check how many dice they roll, when you can have just a number there on this side that says, oh, 8d6 and 16 dex saving throw. It just makes things smoother instead of reading the spell. And as a game master, I do recommend helping players making that sort of list, because they might not understand at the beginning, because they won't understand a lot of things at the beginning, and that's completely fine. You'll learn as you go. The d20 is gonna be always your friend. It's gonna be the dice you're gonna be mostly throwing, but it's still gonna confuse player when you ask, make an athletics, make a acrobatics, make a skill check of what. Beginners are gonna be confused by that. So even if they don't see the need or the use, or they're confused, eventually they'll notice how it's actually useful. And I think that's mostly what I wanted to say during the stream.
Can I talk about what we're going to do next stream?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Oh, that one's exciting.
Next stream is my stream! And by that I mean I'm gonna yap about Warhammer.
A hammer of what?
Warhammer 40,000, 40k, next Chronicles Cafe. I will explain to you, we will do a rundown of the different factions in 40k.
I'm a baby.
And then I will also walk you through some basic mechanics for 40k for character building. Specifically, not with Wrath and Glory. We're gonna talk about crunchy 40k system.
Oh. I'm gonna be like blanking my eyes all the time, like what?
I promise, it's not as complicated as it seems. It's actually pretty easy once you get your fucking hands in there.
Nah, not the war game. It's gonna be more about lore and the TTRPG.
Yeah, it's more the TTRPG. I will probably be using an example. If I had to actually pick an example, we're probably going to take a look at, I think the simplest system to take a look at, it's going to be Only War. So I will probably pull up my Only War book and we'll take a look through Only War and we'll get some Imperial goodies going.
Only Imperial?
I play a lot of Imperium. I have one Chaos. I have one Chaos Gremlin. I have one Chaos Gremlin, and they are like Chaos Undivided. Praise the Omnissiah. And they are basically an amalgamation. I love very much Mutt is Corn's favorite little murder chihuahua.
Murder chihuahua? I mean, if it's for Corn, it makes sense. Everyone's a murder chihuahua for Corn.
Corn's favorite little murder chihuahua.
I gotta say, maybe one day we can talk about the war game. I need more experience for me to go over it.
Oh, I've never actually played the war game myself.
I have played.
I was gonna say I have had a lot of unique experiences with people who do play the war games. But it was people who played the war games and the tabletop. I had a local game store near me. I came in and I went to get a copy of White Dwarf because that's the official Games Workshop Warhammer magazine, White Dwarf. And I picked it up, and the guy looked at me. He's like, "Oh, are you getting into Warhammer?" And I'm like, "No, I'm already into Warhammer." He's like, "Oh," he's like, "Well, what do you play?" And I'm like, "I mean, I've played just about all the tabletops. I only haven't gotten into the war game, but I get this for the lore, and I like looking at mini painting." And he's like, "Well, which one of the tabletops did you play? Did you play Wrath of Glory?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Well, what did you play?" I said, "Well, my last session was a 2nd edition Dark Heresy game. We played for about, I don't know, about like 8 hours. This was like our last session, so it took us a little while to get through our final run, final finisher." And he was like, and no shit, this guy looked at me and he went, "Those are big boy games." And I went, "Yeah, bud, they're big boy games. Give me my fucking White Dwarf."
This is why you get eventually tossed into.
I get that all the time. I can't go buy a White Dwarf magazine, so every time I do, it's like they like wipe me from their memory, even though I'm in. Anytime a new White Dwarf comes out, and they're like, every time they're like, "Oh, you're getting a White Dwarf." I'm like, "Yeah."
I joke with Eyeris that inside she's probably like, "I know more than you."
No, I'm literally like, every time I go into that store, they look at me like I'm an alien, and it's so fucking funny to me because I'm like, I guarantee you, I know more than you. I've played systems you've not even heard about.
I found it so fucking funny with what Champion saying, like, "A girl playing a game?" I'm not gonna lie, my table naturally ended up on a 50-50% of gender.
It's so fucking funny.
You just need to find the people interested on it.
Yeah, it's so weird though. Like, and it's funny. We had another tabletop store actually open just down the road from that one, and I went to there for the first time. They're mostly focused on like TCG, but they have like accessories and some little things here and there. And I was like, "Oh, it'd be really cool if you guys started carrying White Dwarf, because, you know, I'd really like to get, you know, a copy of White Dwarf, and I don't really want to go to the one further out." And, oh, I think I'm getting possessed. Are we done?
No.
Okay. No?
Yeah,
okay,
we're done. We're done.
We're done with the possession. And I was like, "Oh, you know what? You know, I'm so happy to, you know, come on here." And he's like, "But you don't want to buy White Dwarf for from the guys down the street?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Well, why not?" I'm like, "Well, the last time I went in there, when I told him that I played Dark Heresy 2nd edition for about 8 hours straight the other day, he told me," and I quote, "those are big boy games." And he got this look on his face and he's like, "I'm so sorry." And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "I'll look into it, but I can't guarantee I can get that publishing here, but we'll see what we can do." And I'm like, "I'd appreciate it."
Yeah, I just don't really get it, but also technically for me, all the gaming and all that stuff of TTRPGs, like, I get it from video game perspective, because I think I did got to meet those people of that era on video games where it's like, "It's a girl online, there's a girl online." It's like, oh yeah, it's a girl
I
play.
have some lovely horror stories from my forays into tabletop when I first started out. I have some really banger fucking stories.
Oh, damn. But yeah, I started later in life in a way into it, and I just started inviting the people that I knew. So I just didn't get that recognition of people in that aspect. Like I know it happens. It makes sense that it happens because I know that there exist people like that. I don't like that it happens. I don't think it should happen. But I can see
it's so weird how it happens. It just blows my mind.
Yeah, and it's like a girl playing a game. It's like, yeah, and you know that
Water's wet.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you want?
Yeah, it's like you, especially relatively nowadays. It's like I don't know why there's still some awareness of it. Like the whole thing is, for example, I can easily convince any one of my family members, cousins, nieces, all that, to play a one shot. Maybe I cannot convince them to for a full campaign, but I can convince anyone to play a one shot. And I know some that will like specific one shots if I run in like specific systems. And it's just finding that thing that you like and eventually expressing it, because it's a way to express yourself or to enjoy and relax.
Yeah, for sure.
So all that idea of a woman is like, what is the fucking difference? It's not even
oh my god, whammon.
I had this word too much because I had to play Touch Star yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had to play it on stream yesterday with
oh, did you love it? I loved it. This should come as no surprise for
no. It's no surprise. I don't think it's a surprise for anyone watching this, and if it is, welcome to the channel. This is what you should be expecting.
I love Touch. Did I tell you that I don't know if you know this. I actually was one of the I was one of the big backers for Touch Star. I've got like the art book promo. I got all the I didn't get all the acrylic stands, but I got acrylic stands and the sticker sheets and the tote bag and all kinds of stuff. I'm just waiting for it to ship. Mine's gonna ship with my art book.
The art looks great, I gotta say. The
art it's beautiful. I'm so pleased with it.
I gotta say, did you got the commission for the art level?
That
was like $1,000.
I did not. Not that high. As cool as that would have been.
Because that one was actually a cool one, but
no, it's very cool.
I gotta say the character designs are very interesting. I do complain a lot, but it's mostly for reactions during the stream, stuff like that. I gotta use this word because I need to say it. Those people are just too touch-starved.
That's the name of the game, baby.
Yeah, and I found it so funny on the game when it's the first time that she can grab somebody's hand, and it's like, oh, the name of the game makes so much sense. Yeah,
it makes so much sense when you sit down and you read it.
Yeah, it's not okay. I really think it's not okay. Like I get it. I know how society pushes men to be man whores basically, and just like value themselves as high as they can get a girl. But that's bullshit. Definitely, if you have that mentality, or if you notice that mentality on you, take a time for yourself, push yourself away, and take time to make yourself a priority. Your priority should not be trying to get girls. You're only gonna make your life a little bit more miserable, to be honest. Even if you can get them or not, because you're not gonna be with a person. You're gonna be with a desire. You're getting on a list. And you're probably gonna be pissing off a lot of people. Exactly. Girls are tempered. Greenies are forever. That is the thing.
Exactly.
Learn to paint them. spend time with your minis. They are not gonna live, you know. No, not the part, not the part. But yeah, the whole thing is like, you need to learn about taking care of yourself, prioritizing yourself, respecting yourself, and you'll do fine. The rest is actually gonna come and go, and I'm not gonna say like, oh, it's just gonna land on your lap, because no, you are. Nobody is own another person, neither their time nor anything. So if it comes to you, it will come. If it doesn't, you maybe need to seek for it, but don't make it your life. You're gonna lose it. You may lose it doing that. Anyway, I think I switched topics way far from RPGs, but I just have known people like that, and it does. Yeah, we gotta do a painting stream. I do want to do painting stream eventually.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
I have a lot of painting characters to do. I definitely want to get at least vortex base on stream, painting them. Maybe I won't finish on one stream, but oh god, I love those boys. If you have not seen a vortex base, it's a creature that basically has the sun on their back. Okay. I think it's a good point for us to leave. But yeah, look forward to the next stream of Chronicles Cafe. It's gonna be all about Warhammer, with Eyeris taking the lead again. And hopefully our chocolate beers will be fine. They are now being paid fairly. The minimum wage.
I'm gonna indoctrinate the chocolate birds into loving the God Emperor of mankind.
I don't think your God Emperor is happy about that.
No, he's not, but it's really funny.
Oh, it's like everyone prays the Lord Emperor. The God Emperor is like, let me die.
Please, God, let me die. Stop keeping me alive. Turn off the life support.
The funny thing is that it's suspected that if they let him die, he will just revive in a perfect form and shape. Like it's a very like big suspicious that it's gonna happen, because he's very likely an eternal kind of being. Like he's just gonna respawn.
Well, and the thing is, there's this concept in 40K that, you know, I might talk about a tiny bit, where there are like little fragments of the God Emperor that are just scattered throughout people, and there are people out there who are legitimate like shards of the God Emperor's consciousness. I do wonder if the God Emperor were to be turned off and were to revive in any way, shape, or form, if that would cause them to die? Question mark?
I don't know, because if that is the case, it might be like with Magnus, that Magnus doesn't have all his charts, and he could be revived, and he just doesn't have that chart, and that's why he's a little bit cuckoo still.
He's a little funky up there. We'll talk about what kind of I'm gonna lay out. I'm gonna bring my best notes, and we'll talk about the different factions in Warhammer, and then a little bit about Warhammer mechanics.
Yay! It's gonna be a fun stream. You can see it.
Yeah.
All right, and I think that's all for today, really. What?
Alrighty.
Huh. Oh. The summon's not working.
Oh anyway. Man, it's stuck again. I gotta go bang on it.
Eyeris, can you step outside?
Yeah, I got it. I'm gonna go climb on the roof. I'll be right back.
I just hear the noise, but I don't see anything happening. So, anyway, let's just end it there.
Sounds good.
It was fun. Thank you everyone for being here.
Thank you for coming, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Yay.
Next week after next.
In 2 weeks. Yeah.
2 weeks.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, 2 weeks. Bye-bye. in this house.
Yeah.